when I had my first baby, I was young and umuntu wami wangishaya umthungo waqhuma and I would go on my periods for like 14 days and when it stops, it wouldn't like stop completely. I would spot until I get my periods again. It became so bad that it was either angimane ngiyibulale or sengilahlekelwe na umsebenzi, ngisaphilelani.
Welcome to another episode of Redefining Menopause Africa. And my name is Xoli. Today, I am so excited because we are having a guest that is going to yet again lift off a veil when it comes to this important phase of life that hardly gets spoken about. I know that I've shared about premature menopause. That is when menopause happens before the age of 40. And then we've described all the other terminologies that are linked to menopause. At some point, I did highlight about medically induced menopause. So today we are having a lovely guest that is going to share with us her story, her journey, and we are not censoring ourselves. As you know, we mask off, we speak it as it is. Without wasting any time, I would like to welcome Keeya, and she will introduce herself because I always believe that a guest introduction is always the best. Over to you, Miss Keeya.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Keeya Mofokeng. I am an author of this book, Gidibone Pain to Purpose, which is about this young girl growing up Kwamashu, enduring so many difficult things, and she built herself. She took all the pain and she built a glass house that she's staying in now. And also I'm a founder of Pemper Couture, which is a lifestyle and wellness where we just deal about healing. So I am a combination of the book as a healing and the book and the healing as a touch. So I've combined the two. So I'm all about healing, be it I heal by speaking or I heal by touching, but I'm all about that.
I love that you're mentioning Pampa Couture because
Couture, yes.
that's how I met you
Yes.
at the event in Pretoria where I was speaking menopause and you were also there wearing both hats because you had your station, but then you also were talking about your book.
Yes, definitely.
And fast track, here we are today under the speaker capacity. Right?
Yes.
So please share with us how the journey started because I've mentioned that we're talking medically induced menopause. So can we hear just from you?
Okay, so my journey started in 2016, where I used to experience a lot of pain, and I would go on my periods for like 14 days, and when it stops, it wouldn't like stop completely. I would spot until I get my periods again. And then the doctors checked. They said it was fibroids. I was treated for fibroids. I was treated for cysts. I was treated until I kept on hopping doctors because it's like, angeke phela, angimi ngcono,
Yes.
And then when it started, it will just start. So my cycle was screwed. So I didn't know when am I going. So I needed to be armed up all the time. And it so happened that just this one day I didn't arm up because I had just finished my periods the previous week. So I was like, no, man, I'm going out and, and I just felt something going down my legs. I was like, oh my God, what is this? So it's been a hell of a journey. That I even lost my job because my boss felt I was not being productive enough. I was always sick. I was always, not participating as much as I was expected to participate. Not that we're lifting heavy things, but with endometriosis, where they ended up now diagnosing me in 2017, it's a whole lot of you get tired, lower back pains, excessive blood flow. I you're just gonna have your day one, and then go day 5 or day 3. The flow is heavy from day 1 until day 7. When it decides to stop, it stops. But Nakon, it doesn't stop completely. it stops and you still sport. And then layer even low self-esteem because you constantly want to, keep to yourself because I was no noga, noma. So I ended up angisafuna ukuhlangana nabantu because I want to I want to wipe myself because now it's namangazi ukuthi yini le engiphethe. Then the doctor initially told me 2017 ukuthi it's endometriosis. That time I'm laid off at work. I'm not working anymore. No medical aid.
Oh my. I think we can laugh in hindsight now, but when it was happening, I can only imagine how it turned your life upside down.
So then I went to Garangwa Hospital because a friend of mine could organize me a appointment that was earlier. I got there, the doctor checked me, and mind you, it's a academic hospital.
Okay.
So before they do the findings, everyone needs to check what is wrong with you.
Oh, you feel like you're a guinea pig in a way.
So
because
you're a
like
guinea pig because
people-
everyone wants to find out. So this one will go in and say, oh, these are my findings. These are my...
Oh my.
Kill me now. Yes.
This is not what I signed up for, but the bigger picture is what is making you to just sit through it because it's like, ultimately, I will get a diagnosis.
So initially I'm diagnosed and then the doctor is like, okay, we need to remove your womb. Okay. I'm still in my 30s. I still want to have a child. And I was like, I don't want to remove my womb. So I missed my appointment. It was supposed to be on the 14th of February in 2017. So I missed my appointment.
As in you didn't show up or you told
just
him that,
didn't
no, okay.
I just didn't go. I was scared. I was scared. And also in my mind, it's like, I still want to have a child. And then I went to Steve Biko. Then they admitted me at one point and then they took me to theater. I remember before gay theater, I couldn't walk.
And they're sending you to theater for?
They're sending me to theater to... I think they were going to do a laparoscopy where they boboza you and then they suck out whatever that is sitting incorrectly.
Okay.
And then, but when I got admitted, I could not walk. Now, I was staying at night with my son. I was having troubles with my daughter who moved out. And I'm with a boy child. Man, for get toilet before as I figured me now already dripping. And it was like the most embarrassing thing ever, where I ended up, my mom was still alive, calling her to come and take care of me. And then, I was like, okay, guys, let's do my funeral. It was that
That's
hectic. So this is how I want to be buried. This is where my policies are. Yes, it was hectic. In my life, I never thought
foresee
ngizobe ngoke ngenze nocansi. The way it was that hectic. It was that hectic. I'm not exaggerating. It was that hectic. And then initially they took me to theater and then got in there. They did a womb scrape because they found out ukuthi what was not sitting where, because it was sitting on my fallopian tubes and on the uterus. And then they did a womb scrape and then I was out and then I felt better for few months. Nakwana, they were trying to see what was going to help. That did not help. And then they kept on putting me on different medications.
Yeah.
Now, because of the heavy bleeding, bang injecting something within my feelings. Because
when you're talking about feelings, what type of
ukuthi
feelings?
ungavukela.
Emotional feelings? Oh, you're talking about sexual feelings. Okay. I had to find out, are you referring to emotions? Oh,
no,
okay.
ukuthi nje, because
Libido mustn't
nje,
be.
yeah.
Okay.
It affects vele because on the uterus, you lalela noma bekuthiwa ipipi lincane kanjani, you bleed. because
Just to translate for someone who is watching, it doesn't matter how big the penis is, whether it is small, you will bleed. It
Yes.
will actually have that effect.
yes, because it's on the uterus, it's on the
Yes.
passage. And then I remember, I think it was 2019, then the doctor wangfaga another medication. And actually now they're trying all sorts to try and see.
This is almost what year now, more or less?
2016,
Yes,
2017 and 2018.
Yes.
That was sort of like my dead end, because I was like, okay, I can it was not about sex. It was about the pain
Yes.
that I was feeling. That was like, oh my God, I've never felt something painful njengaleya. Kuba ngathi khona umuntu like something is put on your lower back, ngathi there's a rock on your lower back, and then your legs, they become numb.
Wow.
The headaches, you constantly want to vomit. It's crazy. And then I'm on your medication, and then the doctor was like, okay, we need to test this, but you need to have sex. Okay.
The one thing
we're
that-
going to enhance. We're going to enhance now. Now we need to have sex so that we see is it working. Mengabe gune movement on the passage. Are you not feeling pain? I'm like, okay. So ngizoyithatha phi demo because I'm jolly.
Oh, yes, of course. You need the prop to be able to find out.
Ngizoyithatha phi demo because
Yes.
I'm jolly. And then I end up sasihleli nje with people that I was sitting with. I'm like, yo guys, I'm in a situation so.
Yes.
And then this one guy's like, oh, okay, I can help. I'm like, hey, when I'm being serious here.
Yes.
This is a situation, kanje. And then we like put it into test. But the test, I need to be aware what I'm doing. I need to check because the doctor wants to check, okay, ama pains abanjani. Ukuthi nan. So I need to be aware. I'm not doing this for my enjoyment.
So it's a full-on experiment.
It's a full-on experiment.
Versus a natural to be enjoyed moment.
So at the back of my mind, I've told myself, I would never have sex again because of the pain.
Yes.
And now I'm in this situation where udokotela needs to know if this treatment, we're continuing with it or not. And then we experiment.
Same moment of the conversation, or you had to plan?
No, but we had to plan.
Okay.
Okay. We're not in a relationship, but you want to help me with this. Then guy ends up catching feelings and it's like, oh my gosh, I've never tasted something. So I'm like, we're not there.
We are
experiment. And then it happened, I think 3-4 times. And then my appointment with the gynae was nearer. Then I told her, this is what happened. Ganje. Oh, okay. How's the numbness? How's this? How's that? And. So I told the doctor everything, wara. And yeah, then they put me on this medication, which lasted for like a year and a half. Still the pains were there. But the bleeding was still, until 2022, then they changed me to another injection. Now this injection it's a hormonal injection, and also it works for cancer. It's a Zoladex. It's an injection in the gangak, and then they inject it, and then that injection stopped the bleeding completely. Okay, now there's no bleeding, but now I get into a perimenopause, which I did not know it was a perimenopause, because I go 12 o'clock, new tank is stuck in kidney garage because I'm craving.
Yes.
I want chocolate. I want I'm craving. And then I ended up going to the doctor. I was like, "Ngicela pregnancy test." Oh, okay. When was your last period? Because now I'm not getting periods.
Yes.
Kanti I did not hear the doctor saying, I'm not going to bleed anymore when I get this injection. Now, they're still experimenting again. Now I'm thinking I'm pregnant. And then the doctor's like, okay, when was your last sexual intercourse? I'm like, sure. Actually, I don't even know.
Forever ago.
Oh, okay. So why do you think you're pregnant? So ngimtshele, these are the
It's the same doctor
symptoms.
or a different
No,
doctor?
I went to another doctor. I want to do the pregnancy test now. And the doctor's like, oh, okay, tell me what is going on. I'm like, no, they put me on Zoladex, blah, 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 blah. Ngahamba ngayoyenza, and. I need to find ukuthi no, kahle kahle, it's this injection that has now put me on perimenopause. And yes,
And you haven't seen your periods for how long?
so I stopped seeing my periods 2022, 2023, and then 2024. So this injection, it also shrinks the endo because the endo it sits on these areas that I've mentioned of your fallopian tube and your uterus. So it was the size of a tennis ball. It is 2 tennis ball size. So it kept on shrinking. And then last year, the doctor, our major research, no, now they are 2 by 3 centimeter. So they're going to stop me on this injection. Since then, I've had free pain, but the perimenopause side, oh my God, I can't feel it up.
Okay, I think let us just pause a bit. I just wanted you to share as much as possible without interrupting you, because I find that, sometimes it's easy to keep interjecting, and then it's easy then to disturb the person's train of thought. And then they might miss things that they really had wanted to bring across. Thank you so much for just laying the foundation for painting the picture as vividly as possible. And I love that you called everything for what it is, because as I always say that this conversation, we do not stop ourselves, because sometimes then if we do that, we might just make someone miss what could have been their aha moment, because relatability is important. And that is the whole point also of these conversations. That is why I keep wanting to have different voices, different experiences, so that it's not just textbook information that we share, and also it's not just, for example, my story only, because menopause comes in different faces. It is represented by different voices. So thank you so much again for agreeing to bring your voice and also the lightness that you are sharing with, because really when one thinks about what you've gone through, it is a lot. And I know that obviously with the book, you're sharing another story that is still tied to so much pain. And you said that you did not even touch about this chapter.
So when I wrote the book, the book ends before I encountered the endo. But also when they checked ukuthi endo ibuya kuphi nan they checked ukuthi there's underlying issues. But those underlying issues they are in the book, because when I had my first baby, I was young, and umuntu wami wangishaya umthungo waqhuma, like I had to go back esibhedlela bayowuthunga again. So the doctor says then those tissues, they did not heal properly, which might be the cause that led into endometriosis.
Oh. Thank you again, because that's another aha. That's another thing that, I think most of us, we wouldn't have connected. And I was planning on asking you, Uguti, what were some of the underlying possibilities? So you've mentioned this first one where you were beat up in a way that it could, and it did affect obviously your surgery wound. Trying to directly translate for someone that might be like, umthungo qhumile. I don't want anyone coming to comment and be like, oh, yini umthungo qhumile. So, it burst. I want to say direct translation can be the pits sometimes. But yes, so that is one of the underlying reasons. Do you have any other reasons that you think also contributed to this endo happening to you?
I'm not sure. I know.
Okay. And another thing that you touched on was the struggles and the issues with showing up at work.
Yeah.
Which industry were you in at that time?
So I was working as a support, and you're sort of like a PA. How you are overlooking good department, everyone will send whatever reports you have to compile and share with the relevant stakeholders and stuff like that. And now I could work from home because I mean you have your laptop and everything,
Yes.
and you could work from home, but also they also want to see you at the office. When you come to the office, it's that time of the week of which sometimes when the first week, now last week, it
Unpredictable.
was just now you constantly have to buy pads because the flow is like super heavy. Okay, I don't know if I can mention this, but I'm going to be as authentic as it comes. Now you've got the labia that is outside, and masihleli kakhulu nakhona on the blood, it becomes, it's sogging on the blood and it becomes painful.
Yes.
Now the after, so there's a pain, there's a before, there's the pain, there's the after. Now you have to treat. So you constantly have to be mindful. Oh, okay, before I get my periods, this is what I suffer from. When I'm on my periods, this is what I suffer from. After, this is what because now it's sitting for 14 days and it becomes either kuzoba nama-blisters or kuzoba, because it's sensitive. It
Yes.
cannot sit endaweni.
It's not meant to be in a moist
and
space like that, like as you say, for weeks on end.
Hence I was like, you know what, it's okay. uNkulunkulu akangithathe, it's okay. I really called my family, my mom, my kids, and my best friend. I called them in hospital where I was admitted. I was like, guys, this is it.
The suffering was a lot.
The suffering was a lot. Because njengoba ngisho ukuthi it's something that would not say I'm coming. You will just have something.
And also, I think we've used suffering as in it needs to be something that is visible for people to see.
Yeah.
From like Keeya is bleeding here. Keeya's got this growth here. But now what you're dealing with is almost like, it's a women issue. Yeah. Already women issues, they always seem to be like, man, you guys are being dramatic. You're over exaggerating.
Yes. Now you don't want to date. People are courting you, but you're like, no.
Even if you're interested sometimes.
Even if you are interested, but no. Not too good, I've got nothing to give, but the lowest esteem, the self-esteem is like at my lowest because you don't know when it's going to strike. You don't know if the person that you are meeting is going to understand. Now you're still learning this. You're on a journey of doing your research. What are the things I need to eat? What are the things that I should stay away from? That's when I learned inyama ebovu, I should stay away. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm from KZN.
It's a thing.
So I tried, I was like, no, being a vegetarian, pescatarian. Yes, I tried that one. But nakona, I'm not working. Becomes expensive because zonke izinto ifunakalayo that you need to take. You need to take your omega-3s so that, well, I'm not big on alcohol, but you need to eat. Namanje, I only eat red meat when I go to KZN. And then we eat white. We eat white. And lot of veggies and lot of water, because namanje, as much as the situation has died down for now, which I'm hoping that injection that they gave me, it really worked, because since 2022 I couldn't enjoy sex.
What was it?
Yes, I could enjoy. Finally.
Mm.
And nakhona ngathola experiment that got end up a catch because it was like, what is this?
And so you declared upfront again with the second experiment because we are experimenting.
I did not say I was experimenting. I was like, let me just keep quiet. Let me just dive in and see what's going to happen. And yeah, the guy was like, okay, Kandi, how old are you? What is happening? And he did not want to, do his research. He goes, oh, okay. The reason why you are acting like this is because of Keeya. And I was like, yo, obsessed. Kandi, it's not an obsession. It's something like I've
I'm so glad that at least this is not an audio conversation because people were going to be like, oh, what is going on? So they can see your face. They can see exactly what is going on. Love it for us. Love it for them.
Yes. So now I've always been a healthy freak in terms of what I eat, in terms of taking care of my body. So now I hike a lot, at least 4 times a week. I eat right. I've never smoked. I drink moderate. It helps, okay, with the situation because I don't want to go back to that pain. I don't want to go back to that pain, and also it has shrunk. Of course, I've tried other remedies. I've tried your okra, which helped me a lot. Your moringa. I sit and I check. Okay, what? Let me also try. So I would sort of like try everything because now you want to get better. It's not nice living in pain.
Yes.
And also when I started my business, which is a lifestyle and wellness, where you're dealing with people.
Yes.
You are massaging people. Nakhona, I ended up losing clients, not losing clients, but when you are on that week of the periods, first 2 days you can't get up. Like you need someone else to bamba, you say patrol. It was that hectic. And if you've got clients, how are you going to massage those clients? I'm doing something that I love, I'm passionate about, but the pain is here. So it became a struggle. Okay, you have clients that are like, no, I'm comfortable being touched by you. I don't want any therapist to touch me. But now they want to come on a day where you're like, oh my gosh, it's like the floor, like the pelvic floor, it's like uyibambeng esanda, the weight is so heavy, like you can't even stand. The legs are numb and. So nakhona, it has helped me get now because there's no pain. I can work 7 days a week without having any pain. I'm just enjoying this free pain that I'm having. And yeah.
We're really happy for you on behalf of myself and everybody that is going to watch because, when you were sharing and how you got to that point that you were like, you know what, I'm ready to check out of this world because I can't keep up with this anymore. To you now saying, listen, I'm at the best space of my life. That is wonderful. And then what would you say corporate SA's role is to ensuring that they support women regardless of which hormonal struggle that they experience? Because also we can't use a blanket approach because every condition, every situation requires a different approach. Because I've had people say that, oh no, but if organizations also is to start then embracing all of those things, then aren't they going to run at a loss? But you did say that you were productive. You could work at home. You still could do what you needed to do. So it's not a thing to say that businesses are going to go under because now they are embracing or opening the door to say that hormonal health is real. Hormonal health struggles are a thing. Having experienced it, and as a business person, employing women, obviously, what would you say is the best way of making sure that women continue to thrive and feel supported despite and in spite of?
I think for one, awareness needs to be loud. It needs to be loud. and be it you reporting to a female or male, they need to be aware of these things, because even if you are reporting to a male has got a sister, a mother, a wife, a friend that might be going through those things. So it's not good to be forcing them to know about these things, just like how we would know about their prostate cancer, because we've got a brother, a partner, a friend that might be going through. So I think if we were to talk about these things openly,
Yes.
I don't think we talk about them openly, because there's still that stigma with, oh, aibo yini ke leyo. And you know, when you talk about these things out in the open, it's like, aibo, it's not godly. It's
Or it's not new.
it's
You're not the first one to go through it. Why are you wanting to make it noise?
You know,
about it?
I remember when I was still in corporate, I used to have, you know, when you start your periods and you were not aware, and like, don't you have a pet? Don't you have a pet? So I just mailed every female that was in my department, and I said, guys, please contribute 50 rands every month, and not every month, but these are the stocks that we are going to buy. So we had pads, we had tampons, we had panty liners, we had ama wipes. Whoever needs, they come and they get. And when it's almost finished, then I will send a mail again to say, we are running low, can we contribute? And it just became a norm. We would buy even a Nurofen, because I know what I started suffering when I was still in high school. I used to bleed heavy. So I was like, I carry things for myself, but I know what others are suffering. And then if I'm going to have 2 or 3 people coming to me in a week, ucela ama-Nurofen, usulahlekelwe ama-Nurofen amangaki, umnikeze 2 hours 6 hours, usulahlekelwe ama-pads amangaki. Not ukuthi akulahlekela, but you give away. I was like, okay, Yazin, let's fight this together. Let's just contribute and have our own stock. So we had that, and it was just running smooth. But then when I changed, I went to this another organization where I ended up having a problem, and I was reporting to a female, and she'd be like, I don't understand. We are all females. It's not like my periods, and I felt you know, I'm being another female, because I sit down with her, I'm like, this is what I'm experiencing. I don't know what's in between. But, you know, she wrote me an email. She was like, please leave your laptop. None. That's it. Just like that.
That's how you lost your job. That's how you lost your job.
Yes. Got January,
wow.
People were calling me, hi, I was still Kiddy. Hi, Kiddy. Yes. I'm supposed to come on this because I who was in charge of family leave, who was in charge of this, and. I was like, guys, I no longer work for the company. Aibo.
Gizzy, I'm getting emotional. I'm so teary.
When did you leave? Wow. I kid you not. I was fired on the email.
Wow.
Yes. Because my boss felt good to name, maybe ngiyazenzisa, or you know, I also had periods, and I found people that I was working with that were more supportive were actually males, more than the female that I was reporting to. And then, you know, we would sit and talk, like, yo, guys, Ziang Buyel, be like, oh, okay, Siazo chocolate, what do you want? Do you want chocolate? I even had my hot water bottle because, you know, when you put it here, it eases the pain. They'll be like, okay, do you have your hot water bottle? They will run, like my friends would run, male friends. But the person, female, that I expected her to be, not umawami, but of course, the environment where you need to be comfortable. And she sent me an email, we no longer need you. Please hand over your laptop and your keys and everything. And she didn't even tell the staff. Come January, people are calling me, hi, I'm supposed to come back on Monday. Can I extend my leave? Can I extend this? I'm like, I no longer work for the company. Oh, Kanjan, we didn't get a notification. We didn't even do a farewell for you. None. I was like, it's okay.
Wow. You know, you just brought a different spin to this. And I always say, I quote this so often. Good, as women, we need to bend our voices together. We can't expect anybody else to support us if we do not support each other. I always say you don't have to experience something that someone is going through to get it. And you just confirmed again that what I always say, it is true. It is so many real lived experiences of so many women. And it is a sad thing that women continue to lose their jobs because for reasons that are beyond their control. And that it is men that end up being so supportive. I really hope we're not going to edit this part because I believe in realness. Like inside, I'm still crying. I'm bawling my eyes out because our women matters are so close to my heart. And this is the reason that I've always felt like we need to hear everybody's experiences, because sometimes when you just get like, oh, statistics, 1 out of 10 women will consider resigning or they will resign. It's just a statistic. But to hear a real lived story.
So I ended up, so when I lost my job, because of now all these pains, and I needed to go for massages to ease the pain. Then I ended up going to school. It's something that I've always
Silver
loved.
lining.
Then I ended up going here with some massage. I ended up starting the business here, healing, because I felt what I was not the only one who was suffering.
And you understand it firsthand.
Yes, I understand it firsthand. And I can have massages every day because it helps. It helps a lot. It's not just about a power of touch. Yes, it's a power of touch. You need to be touched. But being touched correctly. And I always tell there's a male client that used to bring the partner who was also in my situation, and he was like, can you teach me how to do this? Because yes, we still want to come and support you, but she's constantly in pain, you know. And Mina, I started it for my healing. And then I ended up sharing, okay, let me just start doing this to heal others so that they can have less of a pain, because I know the struggle. You know, that's how I actually started Pempo Couture, because I wanted to heal others. Because we are not people don't understand us. They feel what you're being dramatic. It's not drama. Njengoba ngisho ukuthi it became so bad that it was either angimane ngiyibulale or sengilahlekelwe na umsebenzi, you know, ngisaphilelani because I'm constantly bleeding. Why am I not dying? You know, it took priests and friends to come and knock it off my head. You can still make it, but the pain was unbearable. You're not working. Number one, you've got no support. You are a breadwinner at home. All these things, they need money for you to live. You need to eat right. If you don't have money to eat right, I ended up having luckily I ended up having a support structure from friends that would be like, oh, okay, you know, so let me bring this and so forth. Hence again, I was able to survive. Otherwise, you've just lost your job and you are a support structure and you don't have anyone supporting you. So sometimes I don't blame people who kill themselves because it becomes too much. I'm not going to lie. Yes, you talk kuluma, but the more you talk, the more it's like, and especially when you're not used to asking, when you're used to doing things.
It takes a lot already to just.
Yes. So it's been a roller coaster. Actually, it's only today that I'm talking to you that I'm actually aware or being made aware of what I've actually been going through.
Book 2 is coming, right? We need book 2.
I think I've overlooked this because you are on your own. And my kids had to grow. I remember when I had a flare up, I didn't know it was a flare up. The stomach is going big, and my daughter, who I didn't even know could drive, she put me emotweni shwangisa esibhedlela, and I'm like, so at the back of my mind, did you wake up a neighbor to bring me here? I mean, ngineyingane babesabancane at the time. Did you wake up the neighbors? And then masisiceda, she's like, ngene emotweni sihamba. I'm like, oh, so who drove?
brought
Now I don't know whether I'm going back to the pain or I'm thinking, how did we get here? Because now you are on your own, you with your kids. So my kids had to grow fast. My son had to understand izinto engiyithanda ukuzidla so that he can help me. He had to experience watching her mother struggling to get out of bed, just so he can help her getting to the bathroom. By the time she gets to the bathroom, dripping,
Drenched.
it's going down the leg. You know. And we had this conversation, I think last month. Now he started dating, and he's like, my girlfriend is on her periods. Is it only you that loves chocolate, or is it just females as a whole? Should I get a hot water bottle? Because now he knows when I'm on my periods, the struggles that I have. I'm like, no. Ask her if she how heavy are her periods. So those are the conversations that he's 17. But he understands, because this started like in 2016 when he was a kid. But now I'm glad that I'm raising a warrior
There's so many silver linings, actually, right? Like in hindsight, you were brought into the next chapter of your purpose. You are healing people in so many ways. The relationship that you had with your children, having to be so vulnerable also, I mean, it brought you so closer, because normally parents are just seen as like these heroes that do not struggle with anything, but they see you as a human being that is not just perfect, but and now the ripple effect is he is the kind of young men that the world deserves, because we always say men need to be part of these conversations, need to understand as much as possible from a young age, so that we are able also to remove these shames, like you've spoken about the embarrassment and all of that. And that's how we are stuck with so much shame, stigma and all of that comes to women's issues, because it's like, no, you go through it in silence. Like men should not have to see, boys should not have to see, but it's our realities. And if they don't see and they don't hear, then how are we?
And that's one person we were worried about, because I mean, it's my daughter, myself, and my son. And when it's that time, either the sister or myself, when the pets are throwing, and you'll be like, "Send a biscuit." So this one, like, guys, never biscuit in that way. Do not do. Like, no, they're not for boys. And you're like, you know what? We're sitting you down. This is what happens when, there's a change. Oh, okay. Guys, I felt ukuthi mina ngiyangivalela ngaphandle, you guys are having this biscuits
alienated under the same roof as everybody, but people are having this biscuits. Yeah.
So it's something I'm happy ukuthi you are loud about this, and we need this as a community, especially our community, because we feel ukuthi tina we still, there are people that are still stuck in the olden that when you are on your periods, you hlala wedwa endlini, that time you want to be embraced, you want to be touched, even if it's cuddling, even if you're not doing, you just want to be cuddled. And we still need to sishumayele leli vangeli lokuthi even if you've got a partner, akangasho ukuthi lo mama is on her days, let me go and look. That's where I need you the most. That's where I need you to hold me. That's where I need you to rub me. That's where I need you to give me a kiss on the forehead to say, you're going to be fine.
Should bring us closer.
Don't run away. That's where we need you the most. And you find a lot of males like, they need to understand ukuthi, yes, now they are learning, but basakhona labo it's either mama uthi bayakulanda angimlanda, she's on her periods, no ngilanda, I want to cuddle. I want to cuddle, feed me, because I'm a baby.
Feed me.
Feed me, hold me, wash my feet, massage me. We need that.
So I'm going to get to the other side, then I'll be though, like at my optimum best again, but it shouldn't be
Yes.
good. Okay, fine. When I'm not at my best, then when I'm at, you understand?
Exactly. That way we are most vulnerable when it's that time. And I'm happy with you are our voice. And I feel with Leli Vangeli needs to be spread across, especially kuma corporate. I think I'm a corporate, there's still a lot that needs to be done. There's still a lot that we still need to go see Shumayela and say, hey, have njengasesikoleni there's a sick room.
Yes.
Nasemsebenzini akube ne sick room where they understand these things ukuthi hayi ukuthi siyatefa and I think the food that we are eating because now there's a lot of women we are experiencing these
Yes.
things, there's a lot of awareness that still needs to be told.
Yeah. And we start one story, one conversation at a time. And gradually, I guess we'll look back and be like, you know what, we've come a long way. And we can measure and continue to see the impact that we're doing. But it starts with us in our own spaces.
Yes.
And I would like to even think that someone is going to watch this conversation and be inspired to take this further in their own circles, to take this further to their own place of work, to take it further to the churches, because this conversation is for every space, including obviously, as you said, our relationships and also with our children. And I know that time is, oh my God, almost out of the window. But I love that you also spoke about, yes, you had to take up the initiative of creating your own capex for that time of the month. I spoke with someone that works for another corporate, and she was saying that she wanted the company to help. It's like, if we can have condoms available
Why
in the
can't we have
bathrooms,
pads?
which is for enjoyment, why can we not have something that accommodates and is for women? It's a basic need. It's not just a nice to have, but it's a basic need. And also, I related so much when we were talking about the random moments. When I was still working with the airline, mid-flight, you will get a passenger coming to you, may I please have a pad? And if you don't have that right compassion, understanding, and that sense of nobody can just travel, leave home without packing a pad if they know that they're on that period.
Exactly.
Clearly, it's a need, it's an emergency. Then assist. And I love that you've spoken about the kids, because we exclude kids so much. And if they do not know what's happening, then they're not going to know how to support you. No. And that's why even in the book, The Perimenopausal Globetrotter, I've got a chapter and an open letter dedicated to children to understand how these things affect women and affects, the home in general. And then as a closing, we only have like 10 seconds. What do you want to say in 10 seconds? 10 seconds. Maybe you'll come back. That's what I keep saying to everybody. Maybe you'll come back. I hope you will. 10 seconds.
People are broken out there. There's a lot that is going on. Let's spread kindness. Let's spread healing. Come for a massage. Come for massage. Go
get the book
for
also.
massages.
Tell them about the book.
Yes. Come for massages. Heal those around you. Well, in Pembrokeshire, we are based in Pretoria East. That where we have our studio where we do the healing. We do healing on corporate as well when they're having their wellness days. We have group sessions where people, they want to come and learn about power of touch. Why is it important? You can come with your partner. We can come as girls. You can come. Even guys are allowed to come bezofunda, and then they can take it back home or okay, this is what we learned. Okay. There's a lot that still needs to be done. There's a lot that we can still do. And I know we are capable as human beings. As we are talking now, people that are going to be listening, I know they're going to stand up and they're going to do something.
Having said that, I'm not even going to be saying no goodbyes today. Your handles are going to be put on the screen because we are so out of time.
Much.
No goodbye, no nothing. See you at the next one.